All right. I'm very happy to be speaking today with Ntsika Dantile. I came across Ntsika a couple of months ago, in fact, last year sometime, as part of the program at the Answer Series, where each staff member works with a learner in South Africa who would benefit from having the study guides of the Answer Series, but until that point hadn't used them. So last year, Ntsika has been using the guides, and this year as well. But let me hand over to Ntsika to introduce yourself. Tell the listeners, what school are you at? What is your family and home situation in lockdown? And, what are your subjects?
Okay, cool. Thank you very much, man. My name is Ntsika Dantile. I'm from Kraaifontein at Ibn Donjos High School. So I'm doing grade 12 this year. So I have maths, physics, accounting, business studies, and then it's going to be English and Afrikaans and life orientation. So basically, during this lockdown, it's been very difficult for me, because I'm from Blukombos and there's less data. So there's a lot, so I'm in the community, man. So you also know how it is here. Social distancing has been also another horrible thing. So people here are just walking around. There's no lockdown. But I've been trying to stay at home and being at home. Yes, man.
Okay, well done, Chica, for navigating this time. I know in the conversation we had before this almost more formal interview, you've approached this time with a lot of positive attitude, which I want the listeners to learn a bit more about. One of the things that you spoke about then was this huge aspect of feeling very grateful, and you gave me a call the other day. Won't you tell the listeners why you gave me a call and what led to our conversation?
So, I just wanted to say thank you to Answer Series because during this lockdown, it's been very difficult, I think, for every student. For me, what I did is I would use Answer Series books every day just to catch up with the work. So I wanted to say, look, I think I was prepared for this coronavirus. How do I say this? Is because when I was grade 8, I remember my teacher, Kurt Menari, said, what if you're in your matric year and something happens or maybe your teacher gets sick or anything? So I was like, okay, cool. This year, before I started this year, I collected all the books. And then since, with Answer Series, I got contact and I also get the books from you by that. So thank you very much for that. So it was for when the lockdown started for me, I was nervous. I didn't know how I'm going to do this. So I decided that I'm going to teach myself. It was difficult to teach yourself because, having the guidance, not having the guidance. So I then said, okay, cool. What am I going to do? Because now I need to learn. So I started by looking at Answer Series, and then because I've been using Answer Series for four years now, so I know how they work. And then since you guys came last year to sponsor me, so one of the things that I've been doing is I've been looking at some examples in Answer Series. So after looking at an example in Answer Series, is what I would do is I would read. And then Answer Series is a very good textbook in terms of it explains you like basics, and then it gives you a platform where it put everything flat, man, in terms of you understand things easy. So for me, and then I started using Answer Series, and then I've been working from since this lockdown. And then I've been having contacts with my teachers during WhatsApp and everything. But now they were also confused. How was I be able to learn? Because other students in my class were struggling. So I was like, look, I know that they're struggling, but me, I can be able to trust over the information. So so basically that was it.
Amazing, man. I think, of course, it's always encouraging as the CEO of the Answer Series for me to hear people enjoying using the books and finding them of value. But the thing that really got me excited to hear about your story was your decision to teach yourself. I think that's a bold thing to embark on, and you went for it. And then you started to get this feeling like, man, I can do this, you know? For me, tell us more about that.
So first of all, we need to know, why are you studying? That's the first thing you need to understand. And for me, when I started grade 8, I could hardly read. So with Kurt Leonard, he would give me a book every weekend. So he would give me a book every weekend because, you know, primary schools now, they don't teach our learners to read properly. Now you're just promoted to the next grade. It's just how it is. So for me, it was difficult, first of all. So I think that the best thing is, as a student, you need to believe in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, you need to understand that I can only do so much. And the other thing, I need to let it to God. And what we need to also understand is that there's so much that is happening to us as young people in terms of depression, in terms of the pressure that you get from teachers and all of that. But for me, if you believe in yourself more than other people believe in you, so everything that you're trying to do, you'll always get there. I think I might not say because I'm teaching myself now, I will just shut up and get 90s, you know. What I'm saying is this, I can now write a test anytime. I'm ready now to write a test. I've been doing a lot of exam papers and everything. But now my thing is this, what about those kids that are there? Because even in my community, the kids that are around me, they don't have textbooks, they don't have all of these things. And even the textbooks of the schools that I'm using, I hate to say this, but they are horrible. Because the reason why I shift to other series is because it explains better. And if you can go to any library, answer series is always there. Why is that? Because answer series gives the best examples, the best exam papers, the best ways of understanding the concept. So for me, it's very difficult. It's very difficult for everyone. But I think the main thing is to believe in yourself. And we live in poverty. You need to understand poverty is destroying everyone for me. So I had to understand that poverty, it's an opportunity for me to work hard because I live with my mom. My dad and my mom separated when I was 11 years old. So you need to understand I'm a firstborn in my house. I have 2 siblings, which is I have to set an example to them that how can I be a great kid and how can I be someone better for my family, because both of my parents, they left school when they were grade 12. So you need to understand they can't even help me with my academics. I need to teach myself. So it's tough sometimes, but I think as a kid or as a learner, you don't choose to be rich or poor. So for those kids that are doing online, look, well done to them. We didn't choose their parents to be able to afford online learning. We didn't choose. So as a kid, you don't choose, your parents chooses for you. But I say, let's not give up as all the grade 12s. We can do this. I know it's difficult, and I know that, you know, now suddenly you become to give up because after this lockdown, it's going to be a lot of work on us. We're going to be a lot of assignments. We're going to be trying to do a lot of things. So it's going to be a lot of pressure. And then those that were doing online, they're already 5 topics above us. So that thing keeps us catching up. So it's like if me and you, we are going to Eastern Cape, and then suddenly when we get into Worcester, my car breaks down and your car continues going. So when I am starting to go, you'll be maybe in Beaufort West already. So I will never catch you. So we must not ignore the fact that the online students will always be ahead of those students that are not even doing online. So for me, and then when I saw this story, I was like, no, I cannot say end of the year. The government didn't provide online learning for me. They didn't give me data, so I'm not going to study. So I said, I'm going to grind my books because I need it for my parents. I owe that for them because it's painful that they can't get me into a good school, but that does not limit me for study, because studying is something that you need to discipline yourself. And actually 80% of the matric now are not studying. I won't lie to you. They're not studying. I've been looking in my community, like people, they just decided just give up. Let's just wait what the government is going to do. So when the government starts to open schools, you need to understand that when you are not studying for more than 30 days and then now you come back to school, you need to first recap. It's like when you go into a December holiday and then you come back, you need to recap. You can't just say, okay, I'm going to study now. You need to recap your mind, your emotions and everything.
Just in moving to sort of some kind of conclusion for today's session, firstly, you are a remarkable young man with a very strong attitude and mind that is going to serve you for your matric year and for many years after school. I'm sure of that. So very well done. So we're coming now to the end of our conversation today. Do you have any specific advice for learners out there that you would like to finish off with?
Look, I just want to say, just because you're in a very horrible situation, that should not stop you from believing in yourself. The first thing that you need to understand, nobody chooses to be rich or poor, and we can't blame the students that are poor or rich. We can only say well done to them. And for me, I have failed in my life. I have fallen so many times. There's a lot of things that has happened in my life, but I choose to get up. I choose to stand up because that encouraged me to know that in life I have a purpose. And I think that the richest people are not the people that were in middle class. Their parents are the people that were poor. So we can't just give up. It's too soon to give up. So just keep on being who you are and keep on rising, because so what I used to do is just understand who you are, because that is going to lead you to what you want in life.